All right, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. We had some technical difficulties with the client, but we are here. We have Devour, and we have a Stealth AI. We're going to get into it. We're going to start with Devour, and we're going to get into what all of that good stuff is about. Hope you guys are doing great. Sorry for the delay as well. Technical issues, you name it. You know, it always happens during the early week. But let's go ahead and get started with this. All right, so let's go ahead and move on into it. I hope you guys are doing good as a beautiful day as well across the nation and abroad. We have some really cool projects here, guys, that we're going to get into. Live Crypto Lounge AMA series. We have Shelly here with Devour. We're going to start with Devour, actually. And for you gamers, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. I'm a gamer myself, and this is a very interesting platform. Stealth AI is very interesting as well. We're going to cap off the show with that. We may get another one in too, and it's going to be a trading bot, a suite of tools that we love as traders. It's a Telegram-based bot. We'll get into that. Maybe that dev may come through. I may do a brief little scale over that. But Shelly, welcome to the show. We're going to start with you. And
thank you.
Absolutely. And guys, welcome for you guys that are watching. Welcome to the show. We got a really good one for you today. Shelly, we're gonna actually move over to the principal website. We'll go to devour.io, and then we'll hand it off, and then I'll ask some questions as well, because I know your time is very short here. You want to start off with the vision? What made you come up with this? Because gaming is big, but what you have here is quite unique, right?
Very unique. So Devour started in December of 21. We've been building through winter, through you name it, market conditions and everything else that's happened in the world. We've kept building and rolling out product. We're a gamified commerce platform connecting brands with gamers in top video games. So we're available in 2,000 games, everything from Call of Duty, League of Legends, Fortnite, Minecraft, Valorant, and gamers can earn rewards. They can earn our fuel token. We also have about 150,000 merchants available coast to coast in the US. So fuel could be used to place a food delivery order, buy a gaming gift card, and then we leverage base blockchain for our reward badges in our upcoming gaming guilds, which we'll probably talk a bit about.
Absolutely.
Vision, you asked about that, really started with the premise. I've many years in restaurant retail tech for me. Been in crypto since 2017, 2018.
Oh, wow.
And really the original premise was, how do we help the restaurant industry go from Web 2 to Web 3? And what kept coming up over and over again was gaming. And so that merging of two major industries, food and gaming, gamers got to eat, and it just made sense.
The meshing of all of this is crazy. Let's go ahead and get to that token, because you mentioned fuel, and it's really cool that you're well vested. We see a lot of devs that come in and they erect these projects, but there's no experience behind it. It's just a build essentially, and it tends to evolve over time. It seems like you know what you're doing. You already had a plan.
Very weathered.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's what makes it. You could see it. You could clearly see it. That things are well vested in, paid attention to. Now, I'm going to put let's start with the fuel token, because this is a crypto, and a lot of the Web3 attachment is very cool. This is what I like about it. Now, we are here. Let me get us off. There we go. Now, earn, play, eat, play, and earn. This is what you were talking about, and this is related to gaming too, which is very cool. One-stop shop. You really don't have to leave the gaming chair. You can keep the earphones on. You can do what you need to do and continue to game. That's what we like. We don't want to get too detached. Walk away from the game. So we have the actual fuel token here. Now, you were talking about the tokenomics. The utility for this token is very important when it comes to, Web3 and the meshing of this.
Right.
There is utility, and this is what people look for, as well as a great game to play and to have access to orders and stuff. Now, the reward system, you want to go into depth about that because there's an XP involved. There's rewards that can be applied to real world things. This is the interesting part.
Right. Yes. So the token itself, it's our payment rewards token. So you can easily use it natively to pay for food orders, again, gaming gift cards. We also partnered with Coinbase for the Coinbase Commerce integration. So you can use fuel from Base. You can use any of your favorite crypto tokens. If you want to go from just collecting and hoarding to actually using it for something real world, place a food order and pay with your favorite crypto. From a rewarding standpoint, we can reward in multiple ways. We started in the gaming with rewarding primarily just XP. Our leveling up already, you earn XP, you level up. Every level, you earn prizes, merch, rewards, more, potentially more fuel. And you can also convert your XP to fuel. So earn XP, and then you can convert there. If you use fuel to pay for orders, you earn 5% back. If you hold our VIP membership pass, which is the industry pass, you also get 5% back on orders. So you can get up to 10% back, fuel back on every single order just by participating in a typical cashback program there. 5 billion on our total token supply. We are native to ETH. We are bridge to Base, bridge to Solana, and available on any of those three chains for swap.
Absolutely.
I know what I was getting ready to say. We're also doing a 1 billion token burn. So everything that's happened basically since November on the platform, from what's rewarded, what's used, what's loaded, we have matched that for a token burn. I think we're up to almost 70% burn on that 1 billion initiative. So burning about 20% of the supply with that.
So your total supply is 1 billion. Did I get that correct? Did I hear that correct?
It's the total supply across all three chains is 5 billion. So there's one shared supply. Yeah. And that's the max total that there ever can be. And then we're burning 1 billion. So we're burning 20% of the supply with this initiative.
So you have this well thought out when it comes to the token. So that's beautiful. I'm looking at the fuel payment, the burn schedules, and absolutely. Staking, farming. There's actual DeFi involved here too as well. You want to talk about this because this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, and we'll be activating our staking and farming on Base as well very soon. There are three tiers. We have, again, we've been around 3 years. We have large holders. So we have everything from, smaller holders to larger holders. We wanted to break those up in 3 tiers so that smaller holders weren't penalized by, the whales being in on the staking. Stake the token. We use the UNCX system for that. And so they're, each pool, depending on how many people are currently staking, have their APRs with that. And then, of course, the LP farm is for being able to contribute to the liquidity pool and earn fuel rewards on that as well. So get the community involved. We have a very small but very mighty community, loyal. Many of them have been with us from the very start. And so, they, of course, we've got to have some things in there for the degens, despite the fact that so much of our app is how do we onboard Web 2 users and make Web 3 super simple for them to use.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Hand clap that. This is well thought out. It's not just an empty token, right? That's kind of hanging out. Yeah. I think that's what a lot of investors are looking for, a token that's loaded with a utility use case and it has a purpose, right? So you definitely have that here. I would love to go back up to the the real world aspects of this. And I'll read this now. Fuel is a Devour Go reward token, guys, as well. Earn fuel in Go VIP and our fuel back program. Well, you get 5%, guys, on all orders when you use fuel for payment. So there's a real world aspect here that you don't see with a lot of these particular tokens that are involved with gaming. Again, there is a lot here. It's not just, getting XP and getting, food and stuff like that. There's more. Now, the application is pretty interesting too. I would love to go back to the main website. And I want to talk about the game affiliation, right? And we do have the ordering involved, the urgency value of the token that is involved in the use case of it while gaming. Now, as far as gaming, let's get into that, because we're not dealing with a client per se, but it is. I believe I saw. We talked about the industry pass. There's is it Overlord? I think it is, or there's an attachment here. To a client. Do I have that?
Apologies. I had to cough for a second there, so went on mute. Yeah, we partnered with Overwolf. They are Overwolf. They're a gaming guild mod platform. About 100 million users use Overwolf on a regular basis, so primarily for PC gaming. That enables us to connect with over 2,000 of the most popular games. Yes. And that's where we started. We also will be connecting with Steam APIs, working on Xbox and PlayStation, so that a gamer can unify. You don't always just play on one platform. PC gamers love PC gaming. Console players, they're the games that obviously are, that console players absolutely love and prefer playing on that. So being able to earn rewards across your platforms in one profile, that's really important. So that's part of what we're working on in 25.
Yeah, I wanted to really get to that, because this is just not encapsulated within the blockchain gaming arena. This is pretty vast. Some of the affiliate, you said 2,000 PC games supported. So we're talking Fortnite, Counter-Strike. I'm looking at it over here. Overwatch is a great platform. Marvel's Rivals, very addictive situation right there.
It's come on, huge.
Absolutely. And I'm a Marvel fan. I go way back with Marvel, League of Legends, Apex. Again, Minecraft, OG, situation right there. It's affiliated with that. And there's more guys, but why are you doing this? You get instant gaming, in-gaming ordering. And it's not, you mentioned Steam too, the API, extensions there. That is, how far are you from that? Because, that's a big client.
Right. So we have the APIs available to start developing. We've got a number of things on our roadmap right now. Yes. Gaming guilds, which is competitions for join your favorite gaming guild and then compete against others by earning your XP across our entire platform. And then monthly competitions for prize pools there. Brand challenges are our biggest things. We are working with some of the largest CPG brands in the world, which means consumer products. So think large beverage companies, snack brands, restaurant brands, etc. To be able to sponsor brand challenges where they sponsor large prize pools, competitions, tournaments, and so finishing that up in the next few weeks. That's really a focus, because we've got those large brands ready to go on that, and then we'll start working on things like the Steam integration, Xbox, and others.
That's big. There's a lot going on here, right? It's just,
we have a lot going on.
Yeah, and this token is wrapped with utility, wrapped with use case, and this is what we love in this space. Plus the perks, and I want to get to the rewards, the actual rewards, discounts, guys. You're talking about real free promo codes, things of that nature, real world stuff. A fuel token. We talked about the fuel token, 5% back on a lot of orders placed. Loot boxes too. We love loot boxes, right? When it comes to rewards, I'm a gamer. We look for that, right? The airdrops and all that good stuff. Merchandise is available too as well. Do you have a merch store?
We do. We have a merch store on the main site here. No doubt we'll be doing a lot to update that this year and get a lot more gaming items and things in there as well, and also incorporating that then within the platform itself.
Beautiful. And then there's gift cards too as well. The token is loaded with use case, and it's actually affiliated with the big time games, guys. We're talking about Unreal 5, AAA type stuff that we know. And you talked about the platforms too that it's going to be affiliated with. And what I mean by affiliation, it's going to be a part of that. You're going to be able to use this app in conjunction with these big time games that are on these consoles. will you be moving and kind of developing partnerships with blockchain games? We have a few that are pretty large. I don't know if you know about the one the AVAX has an affiliation with. It's on Steam as well. It slips my mind, but that was late last year that thing launched. It's doing pretty good.
For Web3 games, I think it has done as well as any, for sure. Mm-hmm. Definitely, there have been there are a number of the Web3 games that have even just released over the last few months, 6 months that we've been in conversation with. Any game that wants to provide an API for achievements so that a user can track how they're doing in the game, in-game achievements, etc. We are more than happy to explore partnership, because that's all we need. We need that connection that lets us know, here's what's going on with this user in game, and then we can tie the two systems. We've also built, the ability to drop in our commerce, our ordering, and things like that directly in other platforms. So games can also, if they want to make food ordering available, paying with crypto, etc. We've developed the technology for being able to drop that in.
I think it's big in the future. You're going to see a lot of. I know the original concept of Roblox, the in-game token there. They really want that to be used in the real world as well. That's the end game for that particular coin. Right. I think that's where we're going with a lot of this,
And you think with traditional gaming, it's all walled garden, right? Mm-hmm. They each have their own currency. You can only use it really within their walled garden, and that's the part where the blockchain really why use blockchain within Web2 environments, etc. And it's because it breaks down that walled garden, and you have multi-use, that ability for users to transfer ownership and not be stuck like you see so much when you have ecosystem currencies. So it's a big reason why for me it was so important to leverage the power of blockchain, even when, let's be real honest, with everything over the last few years, there's concern when you say I'm doing something in Web3. Our company has embraced or is leveraging the power of blockchain technology. I've had to work hard with large companies to really lay the reason for why is it that you should care that we're using a blockchain?
No, absolutely. We have I would say the green flag now, a checkered flag. I would say crypto is it's ready to go. I think we've apexed when it comes to the acceptance part. Now it's all about regulation. Mm-hmm. We're going to get that. We see that already. Now I think it's downhill. I think we're really going to be accepted finally on I wouldn't say global, not as globally, but I'm talking about where it counts, and that's where the high concentration areas are. And not only within our space, but within the real world. And the banking system, they're about to actually get to partake as well. They're getting some legislation ready for that. So I feel like they're ready for it. And I know the gaming industries, blockchain gaming has been percolating for some time. You have a really good thing on there, because there's a two-pronged situation here. You actually have, we've already had the XP thing for years within the gaming system, but it was been encapsulated. We couldn't really use it in the real world. This token, XP, and then you have these partnerships you're forming with these big time producers of these games. A lot of them really don't know about crypto. A lot of them really don't understand the blockchain based gaming. I think this is starting. So I think you're really working with something very, very special, and you're reaching out to these clients. And this token, Fuel, I could see this thing being used well outside of this arena with the way you're building it. I think we're about to get accepted on a mass level, and I think
it hasn't even begun to see what its full potential is.
Exactly.
And so much over the last few years, attention on meme coins. Mm-hmm. They're fun, right? Everyone loves to gamble, etc. But
it's a hell of a ride.
Utility, it's not for the faint of heart, right? But real world utility, I think, will become more and and more. Things that, people kind of, I would say probably getting tired of, the constant not being sure of what they're getting into and things like that. And so, being able to diversify and get involved with real world utility projects, I think that's a really important thing for, crypto, Twitter, the industry, et cetera.
No, you said it. You said it right there. I think the newcomers that are coming in, they're getting a little comfortable now because we talked about meme coins. The president actually launched one that was wild, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that onboarding process is a little tumultuous. I think it's a little risky. I don't want to onboard like that. I would rather onboard like this. I would rather bring somebody and say, hey, check out Devour, check out Stealth AI, utility, use case. That's something that's more comfortable. And it's pleasant because it's relatable. You have gaming here, and then you have we'll get to Stealth AI in a minute with privacy protocols, things of that nature. Very, very high demand for each of these projects we're talking about. With Devour, high demand, gaming is huge. And then you're implanting this token, you plant this use case, this real world use case, rewards, people love rewards, and easy access to food,
right.
And you're at your fingertips. Shelly, we're gonna move to the team because you have a fairly large team here. And I was looking at this, I was like, this is not a small outfit. This is not just two devs, one in the basement, just copying and pasting things. This is pretty vast. You wanna talk about the team here? I got the...
Yep. So, actually our core team has shrunk a little bit over the last 4 to 6 months as we completed a main foundation of the platform. We have we have 150,000 merchants. So what's not on here is our customer service team. We have to support as people place orders and deliveries are being made to them and things like that. We have an amazing engineering team. Richard, that you see there, has been here since day one, doing a lot of development, and the entire team you see there. If you scroll down to our advisors as well, Steve Kaczynski, he was a lead community on the Starbucks Odyssey venture. Oh, nice. Faye is with Warner Brothers. Alejandro is former head of marketing and competitor insights at Activision. A number of people on the advisory board that have been in the restaurant industry for many years, esports, etc. So we have consistently built a company, a team, and a product. But we are still just on the beginning stages of scale. We have a goal at the end of the year of about 2.4 million users in the platform, and we're under 10,000 right now. And so 25 is going to be a huge month for us. That growth is what drives for the token growth as well. The more users in the platform, the more use case that there is. And so it's a little different than completely depending on retail buying of the token. It's really about growing users in the platform, which is important.
Absolutely. We're gonna end with the partnership because the partnership thing is big to it. Everybody wants to know, hey, who are you connected with, right? It's just you, Now, but I want to end with one thing about the team. What you said, I think is very impressive because everybody seems to have multilateral experience. They're not learning on the go, right? Right. They have experience, twofold experience. You have restaurant experience here. You have Web3 development experience. You have gaming experience, leadership, big time here. This is a well mixed dev group, and you could clearly see, what's going on here. And you guys know what you're doing. It's pretty interesting, and this is my first time, hearing and knowing about this. So I'm like, this is cool. I love finding new stuff. Because there's so much out there.
To get the word out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're in the right genre because gaming is huge. Yes. And it just keeps evolving, keeps snowballing. So I want to get to the partnerships and we'll end there because I know your time is short. This is a big thing here. Now we're talking merchants. We talked about the merchants. Gaming publishers. I really want to talk to you about the gaming publisher aspect of the partner programs. We talked about branding and creator ambassadorship. That's big. You want to start with the merchants? We'll go from right to left. Left to right.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. So merchants are an important piece of having real world, users being able to place orders. Think about gamers. Think about 66% of gamers are ordering something, convenience food, convenience items while they're gaming. We want to make that easier and easier. Now, we've put that directly in our app. So if you're gaming and you're using our app, you can order right from that rather than grabbing your phone and doing the typical DoorDash, Uber Eats. Obviously, as well, you can pay with crypto and leverage your love for Web3 and blockchain. But also what's important there is for us to get to things like AI agents for quick ordering and being able to, typically always wearing your headset while you're gaming, just being able to, bark out, hey, send me my, number 5 favorite or my, send me a burger, etc. And being able to do that exactly while you're gaming without having to interrupt your gameplay. And so merchants and the relationships there are really important. We've built some very complex, sophisticated technology to onboard merchants very quickly, which is one reason why we have so many of them. And we're working and being presented even by our partner Overwolf to some of the largest brands in that space. So that's an important piece. Do you want me to just kind of keep going down the line?
Absolutely, yeah. You can roll. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
So gaming is important. We're starting on the side that our partnership with Overwolf puts us and makes us available in the games. We haven't had to have the direct relationship with the publishers. We've met with a few of the biggest studios that put out the most popular games over the past year or two. But that will also become something that we do move into in 25, because there's a lot with our platform they can do. If they release a new game, we can launch campaigns or challenges, competitions for them for new user acquisition. And there's some advanced kinds of things in connection. You keep hearing me say API, that connectivity to what's going on in the game that we'll want those direct relationships for. And they can use our platform for loyalty. Even the biggest franchise, think of a Call of Duty that's been around forever and the millions and millions of players they're still worried about keeping the gamers, right? And to keep that base, and they need loyalty with that. Brands is huge. I've talked about brand challenges. So think the 3 largest beverage brands, think snack brands, think chips, think candy, etc. Or maybe your favorite off-road vehicle, and how there's product placement in different games and the challenges and sponsored events and things that they can do. And so those will be coming very soon. And we've got some really large household name brands ready to go on those. Creators are the way that it all gets amplified. It's what you're doing here with the crypto lounge and in the crypto world. Gamers, same way, right? Twitch, Kick, some of the YouTube, TikTok, the platforms. And so working with the creators with massive followings to share Devour, and then connect them with brands. So as we do brand events, it'll be connecting the brands with the creators that they want to work with to get that amplified out. We're sponsoring an event at the end of February, Loot Fest in Dallas. About 1,500 very large gaming creators will be there.
That's really close to my location. I can't wait for them.
Nice. And so, it brings all of those together. We've got the merchants, the games, the brands, and then the creators, all to create immersive experience for gamers that are able to reward their passion, which if you're into gaming, you're passionate about it. And so we've built the platform to bring all those together.
Yeah, some of us are a little overly passionate, but I've broken a couple of monitors in my day, right?
I love it.
You know what? This has been amazing. And again, guys, there is a Twitter as well. There's socials. I'm going to put, once we do in the presentation, I'm going to be putting everything in the description of this replay of this live for both projects. All the contact information, all the links. And Michelle, if you want to end with that as well, how can we get in touch with you? Things of that nature, if you want to close it out, because I know you have to go here in a little bit.
Yeah, you'll see on most of our socials that it's Go Devour. So Twitter or X is Go Devour. Our Telegram, where our community meets and congregates and gets together, is Telegram t.me Go Devour. You can find any on Twitter any of the links. Then devourgo.io is the app. So hit that, download it. It's available on iOS and Android as well. If you're a PC gamer, you can find the links there to download the Devour Play app to use while you're gaming. Absolutely. Everything front and center.
Beautiful. Hand clap to you. That was beautiful. I'm very impressed. Somebody said Snickers, please. That'd be so cool. Getting yes. down to it. You're on Call of Duty or whatever. You just holler it out. It comes to you. That is some amazing stuff. It's gonna make you pretty lazy. But this is what it is. This is where we're headed. So
convenience, right?
Absolutely. This is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you're really implanting things within the real world, especially business-wise, we are a service economy, and this is where it is. Service-based, businesses make lots of revenue. So I loved everything that I've heard, and hopefully you guys out there, you're going to get in touch. The Fuel Token has absolutely amazing utility use case, and there's longevity there too, because this gaming thing is going to continue to snowball. So I think it's a place for Devour. Again, hand clap to you. Beautiful.
Thank you. Really appreciate it being here.
Thank you for coming. All right. You have a great day too as well.
You too.
Mr. Gold, are you with us, sir? Are you with us?
Yes, I am. You hear me still?
Absolutely. I want to hand clap in and welcome you to the show. We are most definitely going to get into this. And again, Devour was amazing. And thank you for that, Shelly. Mr. Gold, this is a very interesting situation. Let's go ahead and pivot to this. And we're glad to have you. I know it was a very, very short notice, and you're just getting up, and hopefully you had your coffee. You had your first coffee today.
Yeah, I actually grabbed a beer, but we are ready to rock and roll.
That's a hell of a way to start it, right?
Right.
I like
Only
it. I like
crypto,
it.
bro.
Absolutely, man. Let's get to it. Now, we have the mother side up, and I want to talk to you about this. We'll get into the summary too as well, but Stealth AI, this is very interesting, sir. There's a big market for this as well. I'll let you go ahead and lead with this. We're talking about privacy redefined, and we're not just talking about encryption with calls and messaging. This goes way far.
Absolutely. No. So what Stealth AI is all about is providing a full suite privacy solution to cryptocurrency users. It's been designed with tremendous intention, meticulously from the ground up, for the crypto audience, by people with a lot of experience in the industry. We have thought critically about what tools we would leverage most in our day-to-day, recognizing the immense need for privacy within cryptocurrency, kind of baked into the very ethos of the technology, this idea that it is encrypted technology. But deeper than that, recognizing the necessity for safety and extra layers of protection when navigating this space, because at every turn there are bad actors and threat actors trying to take advantage of you, trying to take your money, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. We had just seen last week the story of the Ledger co-founder getting kidnapped out of his home in France and getting his fingers chopped off and sent to the authorities as a ransom note. That kind of shit, it sounds like it's out of an action movie, but here it is, it's real life, and that's the kind of space that we are in, for better or for worse. So, full suite privacy solution to cover your tail in every neck of the internet, in every neck of your Web3 journey. How can we just add that extra layer of protection to make sure that you are safe from whoever it may be?
That's some scary stuff, man. I read that about the Ledger dev. They were talking about his hand was mutilated. I didn't know it was to that point. I guess mutilation is mutilation, right? But I mean, but that is crazy.
A paper cut, bro.
they did. They trimmed some things up. No doubt, man. God bless the guy. I know that had to be very traumatic. But you're right, man. This market is huge, and the actual privacy factors are what's covered here. And again, guys, there's a token here too as well. This token has amazing use case, amazing utility. It is needed within this ecosystem. It is an ecosystem of private suite, as Mr. Gove said. Let's get into it. This is very interesting. I read into the summary, and we'll get into that. There's twofold situation. You have an app that's available on the Apple Store. Am I right?
Yeah, so that's one thing that sets apart from a lot of competitors, especially when you're looking at our market cap. There are not many projects in the space that have an officially listed app on the App Store that you can run and download same way you would download X or Telegram or any major app that we use in the space. But it's right there. It's available for you to use. It right now has more functionality than our web app does, because we're further along in the development pipeline there. But soon, Web3 DApp will catch up and we'll have full functionality. This is a work in progress. It's been in progress for months now, actually going on over a year at this point. And the team has not given up any step of the way, consistent in their delivery of updates to the platform, new functionality, and just listening to the community and implementing their feedback.
Very, very, very cool. And you're right, man. There's a huge market. We have calling and messaging, end-to-end encryption and things of that nature. But this one, your platform takes it way beyond that, right? We're talking anonymous communication, secure financial transactions as well. We're going to get into that because I thought that part was pretty cool because there's a lot of hacking going on. There's a lot of bank accounts being hacked. Bank of America, cough, cough on that one. Identity management. This is the part I want to get into as well because this is something that you don't see with these particular platforms. It's tier. I'm not going to say tier 2 based, but it's very minimal. What we see here with the other competitors, I would just say that right now. The secure financial transactions. We're talking debit card and virtual cards. They're going to be levied here that you'll be able to use online. That's big, man, because that's where a lot of the riffraff takes place. Online on these web browsers, on these different merchants. They're just not as secure as you would want them to be. You wake up the next morning and your account is drained, and you look at the ledger and it's like someone just spent $8,000 at a casino in New York, and you live in freaking California. You're wondering, how did they get my money? These type of things can be avoided by using these type of privacy protocols. But this is the first time I've ever seen one that went this far with financial transactions. Very drawn out identity management, and you have your calls and texting encryption as well. We'll get into the whole suite, but what I'll get your take on what I just said.
Yeah, I think finance has to be a part of it, right? At the end of the day, cryptocurrency is a financial industry. It is financial technology, or at least in its most common iterations that we use it in every day. And so we understand, again, building a platform by crypto traders for crypto traders, that off-ramping, on-ramping, the financial in-betweens, the how do we convert crypto to fiat, vice versa, and how do we understanding that cash, that temporary debit cards, things of this nature are increasingly secure compared to just using your regular everyday bank account and leaving a paper trail that way.
Absolutely.
And that's not, again, for any malicious purpose, but for the purposes that you identified. I think crypto has a bad rap generally, where people consider this a space where people are only interested in cryptocurrency for the encryption because they're up to no good. But in reality, nowadays, even perfectly well-meaning everyday average Joe citizens who are not doing anything nefarious can fall victim to such terrible attacks in this space, and can see their whole life savings compromised, can see all their hard work go up in a flash if they're not careful, if they're not navigating with a bunch of tact. And I've been doing a lot of work onboarding retail investors and trying to get them to look at this space through new eyes, trying not to have that stigma that's associated commonly with cryptocurrency. And this tool has been essential because the amount of horror stories I've heard from folks getting drained or otherwise running into financial mishap through situations that could have been avoided if there was just a little bit extra sort of tact or
protection.
security.
Yeah, there's AI involved here too as well. That's always good. So AI is booming right now. But let's get into the use cases of this token, because we'll start there and then we'll get into the suite, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about there too as well that are very, I think it's going to be influential in the real world, not just within our space. These tools can be used in the real world, and I think that's what makes this token very special. You have token subscriptions that can be unlocked by holding the token. Essentially, there's rewards involved too as well. There's rev share as well once the subscriptions and all these particular utilities are up and running. The money starts flowing in. There's rev share there as well. We'll talk about that as well. The Stealth token has utility, guys, and use cases, and I love tokens like this. I don't like dead tokens, right? Meme coins are great, but they're here today and going tomorrow. We hear that a lot in the space. These type of tokens right here, like we're talking about with Devour and Stealth, they tend to hang around for quite some time because there's a demand, there's a use case for it. It is needed as a totem for the ecosystem, right? And this is an ecosystem. So you have tokenized subscriptions. You're going to have decentralized identity verifications as well. A reward system, like I told you guys about. We'll read a brief excerpt here. The Stealth token fuels our privacy experience, unlocking premium features, guys. It boasts security and manage decentralized identities effortlessly. This is what we're talking about here. You can earn credits through app engagement as well. Redeemable and advanced privacy tools and virtual cards also are unlocked with this particular token. Stealth gives you full control of your digital privacy. Now, let's get into the suite. You talked about the actual app on this store, the App Store being a priority. I think that was a good way to go, because the mobile is accessibility. It grants you an amazing accessibility, because most people, this is what they're using, their phone, right? We use our desktop as well, but I think that direction, going all in on the mobile aspect of it, getting that up and running. We know how hard it is to get things through the App Store or on Apple. So I think that direction, I think you made a good choice getting that out first, and then following up with the DApp, which that was probably a whole lot easier than going through the App Store, I believe. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, we had a very if you build it, they will come philosophy when it comes to building out this platform. It's been slow and steady, absolutely 110% laser focused on the utility, on building something that is worth using. Like you acknowledged, revenue share is in the pipeline, but generating money is not the first intention of the platform. The first intention of the platform is building something that folks actually want to use, something that actually has a place in the space, and eventually through that development process and pipeline, the audience will come. So
absolutely,
it's been that way for months now. I mean, I think first iteration of the app must have released maybe 5 months ago now or something like that. And so since then, it's been nonstop development updates, and we have not yet flipped the switch to go premium or to encourage users to pay. There's not even an option for users to pay yet. It's all about increasing the exposure to the actual product, getting that feedback on the product that's so necessary for dialing it in and moving forward in that way.
No, absolutely. It's a great approach. It just shows that your intentions are to secure and that the market is very ripe for this as well. Let's get into some of the highlights here as we have it up. Anonymous phone numbers. This is a big deal, right? This is what's coming with this situation, guys. Unique phone numbers for digital entities, all right, and for each digital entity. Private email addresses, that's something that I would be interested in as well, especially for businesses. That would be very advantageous for a lot of businesses. Virtual Stealth cards, I think someone mentioned that in the chat. That is available as well. There's more too. Private browser, I want to get into that too, because that is one of the biggest things now when it comes to a lot of the browsers that are out right now. A lot of people are getting backhacked, right? I just talked to a gentleman the other day that had a lot of his information stolen because he was on a public browser, and there's a lot of backdoors there. You have a private browser interface as well. I want to get into that.
Yeah,
as we
there's also
to the
storage. There's also, so
absolutely, we'll get into all
this
of it.
Platform, it's really trying to imagine what is the modern day crypto citizen like. Who is this person that we all want to be? This ultra wealthy, this constantly traveling, this well connected industry insider. that's the person we're building this app for, because that's the person that everyone's striving to become in a way. It's about financial security on one sense. It's what all crypto is about, but on the other end, it's about a comprehensive offering so that when you touch down and get off the plane in Dubai, you can make that phone call to your Connect. You can load up your card that you're going to use to buy your Uber to get to their place, and you could get there and enjoy your dinner and share your files on the encrypted user to user with your business Connect, and then hit that card to go to your hotel, jump on your encrypted text and handle a couple of business to business inquiries, etc. It's this constant, this wheeling and dealing, this old school Wolf of Wall Street, fast pace, full integration, top to bottom. How do we make sure that we've got ourselves covered kind of a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a huge demand for this now, but this suite is large. We talked about the basic features of a lot of protocols that are already out, just chats and calling. You have your virtual cards as well, right? That's been around for a while, but this is a different level of a virtual aspect for a financial, standpoint. AI integrated emails. You want to get into that? That's a little different, right? How does that actually work? And we'll talk about the private browsers and the debit cards as well. But as far as AI integrated emails, I found that to be very interesting on the privacy standpoint. Is this some type of extension, or is this private? Is it enshrined and kind of wrapped into the ecosystem here?
Yeah, definitely. Goal is to have a proprietary wrap on things, to have no like when you use ChatGPT, it's saving your history, right? If you're using DeepSeek, it's farming your data. Whatever you want to spin the story about AI, if it's not being run out of your own private home system, odds are you're getting something siphoned off. And so definitely the goal is to have fully integrated top to bottom AI that is not, from any metric, siphoning your data or feeding that back to anyone else. We just don't care about your data. We care much more about your data being protected. We keep our shit on here too a lot of times. So it's just when you touch down, hey Ghost, what is the best hotel in Abu Dhabi? And they'll cook it up for you.
Yeah, that's the ecosystem AI agent. So I'm a big fan of decentralized AI models because the ones that we see there are centralized. And there's some disturbing things about DeepSeek, about the keystroke monitoring and all that. Who knows? It's very scary. So if we can get decentralized AI up to the forefront, I think that's beautiful, because I like that particular method, that direction, way more than what I'm seeing with the centralized AIs. And this is where you're saying here, private browser. Now that's integrated as well. So let's say I use this private browser. I'm not really, attaching this to Chrome or, the other ones. This is going to be something that's going to be encapsulated within this ecosystem, correct?
Yeah, and everything is happening top to bottom with your Stealth ID. Your Stealth ID is kind of like your account in the Stealth ecosystem. And that thing, you can have multiple of them. There's no KYC or any sort of information needed to generate one of those. It's automatically generated for you. And so that is really how you can have any sense of history when it comes to these things. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, I totally get it. So that private browser situation is huge. Because I think if you can flip to something like that, we have the VPN situation. We have side applications that are out there, but those have proven, to be kind of dicey. I can't wait to see how this is going to come out. I can't wait to use it. 3DS prepaid debit cards and financial tools. Now, this is a big deal. Again, it's not about just, chats and calling, which you do have that here. You have Stealth Network, which is for messaging and calling. There's a privacy factor there too when it comes to messaging and calling. That's really good as well. The financial aspect of, let's get into this, because this, I got questions about this. Debit cards. Are we talking about, let's just give you a scenario here and let's see if we can do this. My debit card, can it be assigned to this and actually a virtual situation created from my regular debit card and used within this conduit? Is that doable, or are we talking about establishing standalone virtual cards here?
Yeah, so we're working with a major Web3 partner for the cards. It's pay the cards with crypto, actually, and there's 5K limit on the card in the initial iteration. So, yeah, that's how the first iteration of it will work. This is something that has taken a lot of effort to get off the ground. It definitely, of all the utilities that we offer in our suite, is the most challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because you're building a sort of an off-ramping pipeline from the ground up that not many other folks are running. If you want to compare it to something like Bitrefill or something, but those guys are just doing gift cards. We're trying to do something that actually functions as debit.
Right.
So yeah, first iteration, we have a Web3 partner, more on that to follow, and you'll just be able to crypto to cash, but or crypto to card in that case. Eventually, Stealth AI's eyes are not on any particular set development goal. We have a mission to usher in this era of full suite privacy, and that continues well beyond just the first iteration of rolling out that feature. So yeah, we've got this Web3 partner. Yeah, we're going to do crypto to card, but we do eventually want to have crypto to cash options. We do want to have other card to card, card to crypto, on and off ramp, wherever we can effectively put on our sort of shield.
No, you got a lot. This thing is loaded, man. And again, the market is ripe for this. We only have 2 of these options right now. The virtual card thing is, but that's on a consumer level. That's outside the space. Decentralized AI, decentralized privacy protocols are better. They're way better than we have what we're dealing with right now. SIM card enabled texting and calling, chats and messaging. Let's get into this. This is something that we're used to. What makes this particular Stealth network, when it comes to chats, calling, SIM card enabled texting and calling, what makes it a little bit better?
Yeah, well, your SIM is one of your greatest threats in the space, right? I mean, it's in a lot of ways can be just as valuable as your private key or your seed phrase.
Right.
If somebody gets your SIM, if they SIM swap you, if they somehow compromise your mobile number, that's a wrap. And there's a lot of sort of threat actors in the space that have just become experts at either social engineering or technological manipulation, some way or another, getting your info and getting your SIM swap. And we've seen it time and time again. So many major headlining articles, millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, getting sort of taken by folks. So this is calling, texting, and SIM with an understanding of cryptocurrency and just how essential it is to make sure that these things are locked up tight and kept beyond a couple veils of secrecy so that folks can't even know what they're looking for in the first place.
No, absolutely. That's the main goal. And it's a big business too. We're going to be talking about data here in a minute too, because you do have that particular situation going on too as well. What you're saying is very true. We see it every day. These breaches and things of this nature, man. We just seen one last week that was crazy. And then the banks, they could really use a protocol like this. I mean, it's just getting really crazy, man. And I think they're going to be tapping into this because they're getting a green light to actually move into crypto. So they're going to find out. Go ahead, brother.
I've been in crypto since back when it used to be kind of scary to be in crypto, right? Yeah. Like when people really were kind of around every corner, it seemed like 25% of folks were just out to get you, and in a very more real way than it is nowadays, where retail has come on board, and now there's a bunch of cuddly characters around that I just wouldn't worry about. But coming from that perspective, where folks were really serious about their privacy 5 or 6 years ago, you just would not want any digital footprint in the space. And to understand that I'm not going to take any phone call, I'm not going to take any text from anyone just in my navigating the space, but that's essential for business, it's essential for making connections, for networking, etc. So I might be a little bit old guard in that, but a tool like this would make something like that possible.
Absolutely.
Where I'd be more willing to connect with someone on that business to business level.
Yeah, I think they would. You got to do it that way. And you mentioned the riffraff. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's getting better, and I think it's gonna get even more secure. And yeah, protocols like this makes it a lot easier. Data storage is a big deal, right? You have Web3 key storage, basic data storage, contacts, nodes, files. Can you go into depth on this as we move on? Because data storage is very key. The security of your data, especially if it's sensitive, we need to make sure that that's secure, right? This form of data security, encryption, can you go into it? Because this is a big topic too as well when it comes to web key storage and potential data storage, contact storage, like you have your file storage. It's a very sensitive situation.
Yeah, so this is the cornerstone of the project, right? This is the most essential feature. If we can't get this right, then we pretty much haven't gotten anything right.
Yeah.
And so the way we've done it is end-to-end encryption. The users hold the private keys to their data, much like users hold the private keys to their wallet. In the same way that MetaMask cannot crack your wallet even if they wanted to, we would not be able to. It's end-to-end encrypted. The only one with that private key to the data would be the folks who made their Stealth ID. So that's kind of the technology that's under the hood here.
Yeah.
I'm not a code monkey. I can't crack down exactly like the mechanics of it, but I can tell you it's worked thus far pretty flawlessly for the past few months.
No,
I haven't
absolutely.
had issues with it, so far so great.
No, absolutely. This market is huge for it. Now, your target demographic is going to be individuals, professionals, and Web3 and Web2 as well. Backwards compatibility there. Web2 is not going anywhere, guys. Maybe in a decade or two, but it's still going to be here. You're talking about targeting real world companies too as well. You want to expand on that? Because a lot of these platforms are just, within the cryptocurrency space. They're not really trying to branch out. I think it's a great time to branch out. And this is one of your targets, companies within Web3 and Web2 and abroad, professionals and individuals. You spoke on this briefly. How are there any other demographics that you're going to expand out to besides these three individuals, professionals, and the Web2, Web3?
At this stage, not particularly. It's definitely our first priority is making sure that this is dialed in for the average crypto investor, and that's acknowledging the fact that many average crypto investors nowadays are relatively new to the space.
Yep.
We've just onboarded a new generation of investors within the past few months, and even within the past month and a half has been such an exciting time for cryptocurrency, with so much going on left and right, so much mainstream media attention, so many benchmarks and thresholds being reached in the industry as a whole, having something that's complex, right, that has depth, that is difficult to master in that sense, but easy to use, right? Something that you can pick it up, that's intuitive, that when you see the app, you get on there, you know exactly what you're looking at, and you could instantly apply it to your workflow. And you're right, that includes Web2, that includes Web3, that includes novice investors, that includes veterans of the space, includes business clients, includes personal clients. It's everyone, all of the above. Most folks that have used it have just been, folks like you or I, people that are enthusiasts, people that have been in the space.
No, absolutely. I think it's going to do quite well. And again, there is a demand for it, big time demand. You had an interesting stat that was on the in the white paper, 2023 stat. Over 10 billion records was actually, stolen. That's a lot of breaching that has been going on. That was a 2023 report. I think you can double that at this point in time. Probably, it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah, bro. At the advent of AI, we're leveraging AI here on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, AI has been a power player.
Yeah.
Against us, right? Like, folks are leveraging AI every single day to try and take our money, to try and compromise our accounts.
Yep.
So you really do need a tool like this that's at the cutting edge, that's leveraging that same technology. You got to fight fire with fire.
Yes, you're totally right. I'm going to hand clap that one. That is very, very true. Fire with fire. Now, this is going to be the Twitter page, guys, and we'll be putting links. I think there's some links floating around there for Stealth. I'm going to actually put this link tree in there too as well in the chat. This is going to be the Twitter page, guys. And I'm going to be putting that link tree up in there. Welcome to the show. I see you, JT. Welcome everybody who's coming in. I saw Daniel. What is going on, Daniel? What's going on, Mr. Gaten? Anita, David, everybody that's coming in. I missed you. I think I see Mom too out there. Welcome to the show, Mom. LMFG, J Thacker, everybody that's in here. Welcome to the show. We have the Twitter page here, Stealth Industries. I was going to ask you this earlier. Is this an LLC, or are you looking towards incorporating or any of that?
I don't think so. No, it's not at this stage. We might incorporate eventually, but you know what's funny is, like I said earlier, we come from the guard of crypto people that don't like to do any kind of self-doxing anyways. I mean, I know you just had a project up here where everybody's face was plastered all over the screen. We're from the guard of crypto. Like, we're building this tool because we hate that. Right. We're building this tool because we absolutely can't stand the idea of people seeing our ugly faces on the internet. So we might LLC if we can do it through a shadow organization in Palau or something, but otherwise it's going to be something later in the pipeline. One thing to speak to your previous question, we are developing APIs for companies, so there will be like a kind of business suite, a sort of different looking DApp and Web3 thing. And you know, the Twitter looks great, the website looks great. I'll say the market cap looks even better. We got fucking wrecked lately, man. Yeah,
let's go ahead and get to that. I was going to do Devourers too. I forgot to get to, we'll get since you mentioned that, man, let's go ahead and get us. But I wanted to let everybody know that the website, the Twitter, let me get that back. I think I put the banner up. Let's see here. We have, it's going to be at Stealth AI _ ETH, guys. This is going to be the tag for the actual Twitter, and I did put the link tree. It's floating around there inside of the in the chat, I believe. It's there. So there's going to be at Stealth AI _ ETH for that Twitter situation. Let's go ahead and get to the chart, man, because we love this. We love looking at charts, and I stressed it out a little bit to your point, right? And this is what we have here now. This is a developmental standpoint here. We're developing here. Market cap's at 300,000. It's pretty decent though. You know, this is the way I like it, especially when there's utility. And we know the climate here. We know what's going on with this space. There's a lot of volatility here, all the way up to the top. You know, Bitcoin looks like our shitcoin right now. It's crazy. It's up and down, up and down. So we understand what's going on here. $300,000 market cap here. Liquidity is locked. Guys, 554 holders, nice holder count there. Circulation supply is going to be 689.7 million. I love the supply count. Are you guys going to be doing any burning?
So part of the supply that's set aside is going to be integrated into that revenue share system that's in the pipeline. As for burns, I think we've already done some burns, a pretty considerable amount of burns. I can't give you an exact total because it happened in a couple of different bundles, but we have been burning tokens periodically. I think 300,000 or so.
Gotcha.
And if you like, what I'll say about the chart is, Trump came out, totally siphoned every bit of liquidity in the market, right? That just wrecked everybody. There was not a single blue chip project that survived that release. And then the just general downtrend in the market overall, and then in particular, as you aptly observed, this is an Ethereum project, and Ethereum has been going through it lately.
Absolutely,
it's been underperforming compared to a lot of assets. The excitement, the speculative value that other chains are getting just isn't present on ETH right now. And so I think that's another thing that's counting against us. And so we've been ranging downwards for quite some time. But if you look at the long-term history, especially if you go all the way back to the start, in the Jurassic period of this project, we really sat at a low floor for quite some time where we just didn't care about price action. We just were building and developing the whole time. And that's always been the case here. We are putting product before price action. And eventually, like you observed, these utility projects, these projects that don't give up, the dev teams that are continuously implementing new features and inviting new folks, these are the long-term horses that you want to have your money on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, hand claps at the project. And these, we understand. we totally understand. You know, us serious investors are looking for long-term plays. We get it. We understand. You're building, right? And this is what I look for. You know, I look for builders, right? And this is what you're doing. This takes time. You don't want to throw this shit together because you're a privacy protocol. You want this shit, you want it to work, right? You don't want to throw this out, the full suite out, and people get hacked. It's like, what the hell? What is the purpose? You want this to work. You said that earlier. So it takes time to get things to work, especially when you're building from the ground up. And this suite is one of the most vast I've seen. It's not just messaging and calling. So we talked about a lot that needs to be covered when it comes to prophecy. And you have it, man. And again, hand clap to you. I appreciate you coming on today.
Of course, bro. Thanks for having me. It's a great show that you're putting on. I really like the structure of it, and you're a fantastic host. I'm glad I rolled out of bed for this one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and we were looking forward to, you know, extending it to next Monday, but when I got the message that you were coming on, it was fantastic. So we're so glad that we had you on and we got to this because it's a huge market, like I said, guys. So be looking out for stealth.org. It's going to be the actual page online for your research purposes. Do your research. And I want to congratulate Devour too, our first project. Shelly was great. If you are a gamer, be looking for that as well. And me and Mr. Gold, am I right? Mr. Gold. Hopefully I got that right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be signing off here. And Mr. Gold, I'll give you the last word, brother. What is your say? And I want to get your take on the market too as well, and then you can close out with parting shots on your particular platform.
Market as a whole?
Yeah, I got to get your take on the market.
Yeah. You know, bro, I've been spending most of my time in Solana lately. I don't know about you and what blockchain you typically are riding with, but Solana's been
It's ball chain, baby.
Weird, bro. I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, 102. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think as long as we're over 100K, I won't run screaming fire. I think we're in a bit of a fake out period right now. I think there's a lot of market manipulation happening. There's a lot of over exaggeration of some of the FUD that's in the market right now. I think people are very intentional about dragging the price down right now. Mm-hmm. And that makes me optimistic. That makes me think that like a spring, we're coiling up and we're about to bounce forward, the next leg in the market. Yeah. But that could just be cope, bro. It's so hard to tell nowadays. Yeah. There's so many massive institutional players, and it seems like this is the most dynamic market we've ever had, that literally one day to the next, conditions are so different, and any given news article, stuff that you never would have expected last year, is flying out every week. So in terms of where we're going, I really do think we're on the coil of the spring and we're about to bounce forward. Bitcoin's going to shred. We're going to see 115 before summer.
Nice. Okay. So no 30K drop. You got guys on
fuck that,
bro. Nah, I'm seeing a lot of stuff, bro.
80K again? Hell no, bro.
You know, buy the deal, right? You know,
they want it. Like if it's gonna happen, it'll happen in April or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe late March or something. And you know what? Fuck it. If it happens, that's to be expected. Every tax season, we hit price action like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I do think that we're in for a good year. I think end of year, we're going to be looking at pretty confidently above 100K on Bitcoin. We just got confirmation of the tax exemption rumors. Not like full confirmation, but a little bit more materialized yesterday. And so, I don't know, bro. I really do think that DeepSeek is the weakest FUD I've seen in the crypto industry for a long time.
You think so, right?
It's like... I can't be bothered that they fucking made a robot that's more efficient than our bullshit. If anything, that is infinitely more bullish for cryptocurrency. Like, give us the faster, cheaper tech. I can't be bothered.
No doubt, man. No doubt. You know, that came out of nowhere, but, you know, they were using like pawn shop hardware when they made that. I think it was pretty impressive what they did with so little.
Cave, bro. Respect.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I got to give them props for that. But you're right. You know, a lot of people are calling for a Bitcoin dump. You know, there's a lot of clowns on eggs of saying 30K, you know, 40K.
You're optimistic? You think we're on an upward trend?
No, absolutely. I feel like there's so much pressure in the pipe right now. You got these institutions involved. Michael Saylor is a madman. He keeps pumping this shit. BlackRock, you know, all these hedgies. You have these nations that are about to come online as well with these strategic reserves. We're about to do our reserves our individual state reserves are going to kick in. Bitcoin is about to get locked up big time. There's going to be a lot of locked up Bitcoin that, you know, we already had that halving. So these ETFs, I can keep going on and on, bro, but just with the locking up of all that Bitcoin, you give it 2 years, everybody locks it up like that. Those reserves, you're going to still go way past 500K. Now, Kathy Woods has a $2.5 million coin. She said that a year ago. I don't think it's going to be 2.5 mil, but I can wholeheartedly believe that it's going to be around 500K once we lock all that Bitcoin up.
Nice. Now these numbers, they make goosebumps up and down my spine, bro. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You remember, like, last cycle, fucking 4 years ago, everybody was calling for 100K. We could not get there. We could not get there until now. And I don't know about you, bro, but when we hit that threshold, I was so excited. So
absolutely.
What a major milestone for the industry. And bro, 500,000 per coin.
Let's
I can
go,
only
right?
imagine the level of adoption. I think what you're saying is totally right. We're entering the space race of cryptocurrency.
Yep.
All of these players that we couldn't even conceive of before, that never would have touched cryptocurrency 4 years ago, are going to start gobbling it up breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's going to be a good time in the market. Hell yeah, bro. I like that take.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, Russia just, one of the biggest energy providers in Russia basically said, we are welcoming the miners. We have plenty of energy to give you. Please come put your applications in. I've never seen it like that before in Russia.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You remember they excommunicated a lot of those guys, put them in jail.
You know? Yeah, right.
So we're about to go past the Van Allen belt. We're about to go past Pluto.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? We got a question before we got out here. It's about RevShare. Now, is the distribution, when it comes to RevShare, I know it's down the road, but this is a question I'm seeing popping up here. Is it built into the contract? Is it an automated situation to where the RevShare is going to be devved out automatically via smart contract, or is it a manual distribution? And then we're good there. I think we'll close it on that.
Good question. Very important question. It is automatic.
Nice.
We want to minimize points of failure, right? Wouldn't make sense to have a stealth project where we asked you to hand us the keys to give you shit.
We see that a lot.
So no, there's no need to connect wallet or anything like that. It's all going to happen like on our end pretty much, and get doled out mechanically.
All right, man. So that hopefully that answers that. And guys, a hand clap to Devour and Stealth AI. We're gonna get out of here. And thank you, Mr. Gold. I appreciate you coming up, brother. I really do, man.
Bro. Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting on a good show. Cheers.
Absolutely, man. Cheers, man. And guys, be mindful. Do your research on these projects as well. And if you have any questions, I'll be putting all the details in the description. I'll probably just pin it so you guys can get the links and all that. And next we're going to have another showcase, and we're going to have Ladybot on. Hopefully we can get Ladybot on. Fantastic trader. It is as sweet as well. It's probably one of the best bots out there. It has unbelievable available options. It's fabulous. We'll have that for you. So have a good one, and we're going to get out of here. Stay safe, guys.